Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and dear attendants to this webinar. First of all, I would like to thank Iranian cultural attaché in the Tanzania for holding this webinar and inviting the scholars to share their ideas regarding to the arrival of the last savior. I do thank those who participate in this conference and you joined to this webinar. Assalamu alayka ya qadat al-umam. Salam to you, O the leader of all nations. On the occasion of the 15th of Sha'ban lunar calendar, which is the birthday of the Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam, the last savior, many Muslims and awaiters comes to this holy place, Jamkaran, to pray for the arrival of the last savior. Here, millions of people all around the world comes here for to pray or for the hasten of his arrival. This year, due to the COVID atmosphere, we had very short attendance, but still all over the world many believers prayed for his arrival. Actually, the topic of my lecture starts from here, that actually the arrival of Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam in Shia teaching never restricted for the arrival of a person, but it is arrival of an era in which humanity will witness the golden age. In my paper and lecture, I would like to elaborate more about that area. We believe that we have to pray for the arrival of Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam, but alongside his arrival is arrival of an era in which the ethic, the peace, the sustainable peace, and the global peace will happen. Just in my paper, I highlighted some points of his arrival. One of the characteristics of his arrival is the era he will come in would be full of peace. In our tradition, we have many hadiths regarding to that. Just I want to mention one, shows that how the world would be full of peace. It says that in his kingdom, in the era he arrives, a girl in the mid dark night will walk from Iraq to Damascus. And that time, this area, as well as today, was very dangerous place in the world. So Imam says that how the world would be full of peace in a way that a teenage girl can walk in the mid-dark night toward from this area, long area, to that area. It shows that the world would be full of peace. We have many hadiths regarding to that. The hadiths, when we study them, shows that the world would be full of peace, but in a very wide meaning. Not only peace among the humanity, but also peace between the animals, peace with the environment, peace in every aspect of human life. So The peace he brings would be in all aspects of human life, but also it would be very sustainable, and also it would be global. It won't be restricted to one area, but to the all human being. That's why in one of the du'as and prayers to Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam, we call him, O salam to you, O Imam of the all nations. So one of the characteristics is the era he will come, it would be full of peace, sustainable peace, global peace, and with all aspects of the peace. Second is that the world would be full of ethic. Today, humanity are suffering from the lack of peace and lack of the ethic. In his arrival, humanity distributes peace by his word and his action. It is said that just in one hadith, the one who is beggar, he will come and take the money from the pocket of the man who is rich as much as he needs. And the man who is rich, he distributes the money, gives the money as much as the beggar needs. It shows that the beggar won't take more than his need, and the distributors will give more than the beggar's need. Look how the world would be full of ethic. The lack of ethic today is that the one who is in need, he wanna take more than his need, and the one who wanna give, he won't wanna give more than as much as the beggar needs. It is just one of the hadiths shows that how the world would be full of ethic. And the third characteristics of the arrival of Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam is that the world would be developed. In the hadith, it says that أحيي به عبادك وأعمر اللهم به بلادك وأحيي به عبادك. When he comes, the bilads, the old cities would be developed. According to the hadiths, the land, the ground will discover what is inside, and the skies will open what is above. If what is under the ground would be discovered, and what is in the sky would be delivered to human being, how great sources would be reachable to the human being. And on the era of his arrival, human beings' intellect would be developed as much as it is possible. So you see, human beings' intellect are in the optimum level, and the ground and the skies, whatever has inside any possibility, any sources, will deliver to the human being how the world would be green, full of peace and ethic. That's why in our hadiths it is called that it is the spring of his arrival would be spring of human being. Nadrat al-ayyam wa rabi al-ayyam. It would be spring of all the life of the human being during the history, and also it would be the best time for the human being. These characteristics, just I mentioned three of them, shows that how his era would be different. That's why many people comes here, or actually praying for his arrival is not restricted to be here. Wherever we are and whenever we are, we have to pray for his arrival. And his arrival never means that arrival of a person, but also arrival of a kingdom. An era would be full of ethic, peace, and development. It was the gist of my paper. I wanted to highlight some of the points here to you. At the end, also, I would like again thank Iranian cultural attaché in Tanzania and all who participated in this conference. I do thank ICRO in Tanzania and all the scholars who presented their lectures, and I will learn more from him. I came here to the Holy Masjid of Jamkaran to share my inspiration and religious experience with you regarding to the topic. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.